What up? What up? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how most of you guys are not really a part of the cool kids crew, and how if you're gonna be an artist, you gotta be a part of the cool kids crew. You gotta be one of the cool kids. If you're not, then what the hell are you being an artist for? When you're an artist, you have to be a cool ass person. I'm not talking about being a nice guy or a nice person or a nice young lady or whatever, being polite or whatever and respectful. I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being a part of the cool kids crowd, being a part of one of the people who can actually set trends, be a trendsetter, be a style motivator, create a new type of way of doing certain things. And I don't think most of you guys either never been in that type of scenario to be a part of the cool kids, because most of us, let's just be honest, most of us are nerds. So you're either a nerd and you could be a part of the cool kids, or you just a nerd and you wasn't a part of like the actual cool kids. Like all the dudes wanted to be you and all the ladies wanted to be with you. If you're not one of the two, then like you really need both in this modern age. If you can't create one or two of those influences or both, then you're not gonna tread ground in this musical world. Because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but all of this is about being entertaining, and all of this is about being cool and being the cool guy. Like, you can know how to sing, you can know how to make songs and everything, but can you dress nice for a photo shoot? Can you actually do a photo shoot? You know what I'm saying? Can you actually how can I say it? Can you actually perform under, the big lights when somebody's doing an interview on you? Can you actually have enough personality to connect with fans out on the, on the, as we say, outside, out at events or out on the promotional trail? You know what I'm saying? Can you charm the ladies? You know what I'm saying? Can you really charm the ladies? Like, really? Can you really charm them? Because a lot of y'all talk this and talk that. Oh, I want to be an artist. I want to be this. I want to be that. And I'm not just talking about R&B singers. I'm talking about hip hop rappers too. If you ain't the cool guy, if you ain't that cool guy, like, how many of y'all gonna shoot up the block? Like, let's just be honest and think that y'all gonna make it as an artist. Like, you gotta connect with the majority of the fan base, and most of the time, the majority of the fan base is the ladies. The ladies actually run the party. So if you can't connect with them or become one of the cool guys to them, then I think you're gonna be set back when it comes down to actually being an artist. That's just my take on it. And I'm not trying to be, an asshole or anything like that. I'm just, I'm just stating it how I see it. I see it as, it's like, yeah, it's cool that you are making music and that you can make something sound great and sound very well. But can you come up with a great idea for an album cover to connect with, your group of fans, to connect with them, to give them that emotion and that feeling that you want to portray to them? Can you be just a little bit controversial and not be distasteful at the same time, but be a little bit on the entertaining side to evoke excitement in your crowd and your audience? If you can't do that, then you might just hang it up as an artist. If you can't do that, you just be making great music then at that point, which is cool, but that ain't enough to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be an artist, and I ain't talking about visual artists, because they can make paintings that are visual, that can be passed as a physical copy to that person and that person. Because Van Gogh probably didn't have the best personality based on history, but he made something visual. You know what I'm saying? But that's the next step of you being a true artist. As far as being a music artist, you gotta have some visuals. You gotta have a look, a fit, a certain way you wear certain different clothes, a certain set of style, certain kind of trend of what you're wearing. And like, it ain't gotta be what everybody else wearing. It just gotta be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Billie Eilish. She don't wear no scandals and stuff. Like, if she do, it's to like the Met Gala, or, and I wouldn't say scandalous when she wears. She probably wear a dress, but she's not even, you know what I'm saying, fitting that certain criteria, what you would think she would do, but she's giving you a certain style and a certain fit that's herself, that you can visually take in as appealing, period. Even if she's wearing baggy clothes or whatever, you are, you know what I'm saying, you are taking that in as a trend, as a fashion statement, as something that's visually appealing, as her being one of the cool kids, one of the trendsetters, as I said earlier. And that's the thing, you guys, I think you guys don't want to be that. A lot of you guys don't want to be that. I can tell. Like, I talk to people all the time, and it's like they talk nothing about visuals. They talk nothing about how they want things to look, how they want things to be as far as their promotional campaign. You know what I'm saying? The feeling of their promotional campaign. They don't even have to have the money for it, but just to have the idea of being like, hey, I could create a certain idea of this visual, and whatever finances I have to put behind it, then so be it. I'll just make it happen. They don't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that thing is missing, to have the ability to be one of the cool kids, as I say, to connect with the mass crowd, or even just people around you. Because everybody try to compare the masses to people around you. The people around you are the masses. If you stay in a major city, that's massive. That's a massive amount of people. You must do what those group of people around you in your major city, what they like. You must cater to it. If they like something, you got to get in where you fit in. Once you get in and you fit in, then you can start making changes. Then you can start moving it around the furniture. Then you can, you know what I'm saying? Then you can take your shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Then you can rearrange the rugs, or pull the carpet up and put new carpet down. Then you can start doing that. But you can't start doing that until you get in where you fit in. You got to get in with the cool kids. Then once you fit in, and once everybody it makes it easier for everybody to receive your music. Then I'm not saying you can just do anything, but you can do those experimental things that you thought about doing before that you didn't think people were gonna receive in the right light, because they think of you as one of the cool kids. How you think most of these top artists get away with doing experimental things and presenting new styles and presenting new ways of, you know what I'm saying, doing music? They are one of the cool kids. Like Lil Uzi Vert, I don't give a damn if you ain't a fan of his or you don't like him or whatever, or what you think about him, but he's one of the cool kids. Drake is one of the cool kids. Kendrick is one of the cool kids. SZA is one of the cool kids. Doechii, she became one of the cool kids. You got to look at the visuals of it. She's sitting on her album holding an alligator, and the name of her album is what? Alligator Bites Don't Heal. Like, that right there alone, it puts you in the realm of being one of the cool kids. So unless you can figure out a visual in your head of how to present your music and get away with it at your budget, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to be sitting right where you at, because we know the music is just air. It's not the visual. You got to be one of the cool kids so that they get to the music, so that they see past you and they get to the music. Once they get to the music, if it's what you say it is, after you become one of the cool kids, it'll be very well worth it. It'll be even more worth it to them, because they'll be looking at you like, yo, not only is this motherfucker got some dope ass music, but this motherfucker is cool as shit. He a trendsetter too. So I fucks with him both on both sides. That helps everything. It helps your marketing. It helps you be able to present new music to them, music that you didn't think that you could present to them before, because now they think of you as being a part of that realm of being part of a cool person or one of the cool kids. So y'all got to think about that. It's fashion, it's your visuals, it's take care of yourself, it's fitness, it's the whole nine. Why you think all these artists go to the gym every damn day? It's a lot of stuff. It's your marketing, it's colors, it's, you know what I'm saying, the controversial visuals that you will have for your album cover, like Dolce in her album cover. It's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So y'all, all of y'all got to think about that and become a part of one of the cool kids. And I'll leave it at that. Y'all tell me what y'all motherfucking think down below. Peace. I'm out.